In your opinion, at that time, why do you think the late President Doe decided to run for political office after having promised that he would leave the government and let the new elected government take over? Why do you think he made that shift of thinking?
Oh, you've jumped 10 years, right?
Yes, I'm going back to 85, that period there.
Yeah, try to alert me now so I can follow you.
Sorry, okay. So, I'm just trying to pick some random questions based on the discussion yesterday.
Go ahead. So, I don't know, quite frankly, but from what I heard, there was a big debate going on. You know, I think Nancy Doe, First Lady Nancy Doe, and some family members were trying to encourage him not to run. You know, it's always the family that can look at these things straight. Then some of those people who depend on your being in office for them to be comfortable and say, no, we have the chance, we can move. I heard things like that, but I never asked Doe. And I never discussed with him the issue of wanting to run, because the first time I heard about his running business was in the cabinet meeting, when he had already organized NDPL and asked us to make clear our positions. And as I told you yesterday, that's when Minister Allison, the late Grady Allison, may God help him, he stood up and said that he was behind the president 1,000%. And everybody went on with the chorus. And I didn't say anything. But he wasn't satisfied with what he had said, nor my silence. So he asked the president to ask me why I was silent. And I said, well, look, I'm a young man, but I've been following events in this country. Hypocrisy. I've sat down alongside top officials in the government, the gossiping about Torba, the gossiping about this and that. And as soon as the president shows his face, oh, Mr. President, how you do, sir? You know. And this was, to me, very dirty. So this man was saying 1,000%. So I asked the president, I said, I will answer you, but can you please ask the Minister Allison to stand up? Nobody knew what I wanted to do. So he stood up, and I stood behind him.
Oh, yes, you
and the president was directly opposite him. So I asked the president, I said, if anybody were to shoot Mr. Allison from the front, what is the possibility of the bullet touching me? He said, I don't think it would touch you quickly. Then I stood on the side of Mr. Allison. I said, if somebody had an automatic weapon trying to shoot, what's the likelihood that the bullet would touch me? He said, very high. Then I said, if I decide to be with you, I will not be behind you, I'll be on your side. Because you can't see behind you. You can see on your side. So that was the first time I knew that he wanted to run. And I didn't feel good about it because he disclosed at that moment that he already organized a political party. They were already officials. So if I were a friend, how much was I in the loop, so to speak? So that didn't augur well for me in my calculation. And I wasn't going to be hypocritical. So I just kept silent. So I don't know what eventually carried him to the presidency.